Good afternoon, everyone. This morning, I'm still a little bit worried that we bring Seattle better weather here. If it's better right now. But compared with weather, we really bring much more exciting new technology and product here. And we would share with you all the things that we are doing and we are going to do. I'm Jacky Kang, PM of the Speech. And we will also have a very exciting group of speakers today. We'll also share the enterprise, the real use case with you and the technology. Okay, let's dive into our topic. Let your agentic apps talk with Azure Speech to see how agentic apps to build with Azure Speech powering by the voice technology, which can redefine the enterprise UI. Agentic app is the new wave. And AI agents are transforming how company operates. We are all know of that. So this is a moment for innovation. All technical leaders must be prepared that in the future, or the future is coming, that AI agent will be embedded across all workflows. Talking about AI agent, we are very familiar with the text interface when you chat with AI. Millions of people do it daily. But I would say that in the next generation of AI agent, speech technology will be the ultimate differentiator. Why I say that? Because we are all human. When we really set up connections, what do? We talk. So voice is not only unblock the scenarios for hands-free, it also brings the nuance, emotion, empathy, which is required for human connections. Azure Speech has helped a lot of customers to build their world-class voice experience in their product. And right now, we are participant, or we're partnering with our leading companies or leading partners like Capgemini, Hilo, parts of eClinic Works, Gulf Air, and others to bring the nature voice experience into their AI agent. How did we do that? Let's jump into the detail. Before I talking about the new things we will deliver in this Ignite, I would like to share how Azure Speech integrates with Microsoft Foundry. Microsoft Foundry is a unified and internal operable engine to build AI app and agent. So you can see that Foundry has several key components: models, agent service, IQ, tools, and machine learning. And I want to call out is the tools. Tools are what give AI agent the capability to act in the real world. And Azure Speech is one of the critical tools which will achieve the goal that we discussed to set up human connections. Right now in the Foundry, Microsoft Foundry, Azure Speech already provided all the essential components, including accurate speech recognition, nature, voice generation, that can help your AI agent can listen and speak. After the introduction of this Foundry, I want to give you the good things that what we will bring for this Ignite. You can see this is all the things that we will bring in this Ignite. Azure Speech, we have this 5 big buckets: speech to text, text to speech, speech translation, LLM speech, voice live. And for speech to text and text to speech, these are fundamental speech capabilities. And in Ignite, we already supported remote MCP servers and onboarded Microsoft Foundry tools catalog. So you can make your agent to to have the speech processing capability just several clicks. And another interesting feature is we publicly previewed the photo avatar. Then you will see the demo soon. And you use the photo avatar, you can build your personalized AI agent with natural voice and expressions, just need one single image. And the speech translation, we GA'd the live interpreter, which will bring the human parity, low latency, end-to-end and speech translation technology, which also powered by personal voice, so it will have the original speaker's voice and tone. Another breakthrough is this is the first time we bring the LLM Speech, which is powered by large language model, so you can have multiple speech tasks just call one API. And the last, but the most important is the Voice Live. Voice Live is GA'd last month, but in Ignite, we also bring the new Beyond Your Own Model feature to GA, which it will be more flexible. You can build your own voice agent, and with your workflow or your knowledge based on your model. Let's see some demo of the new capability. First, I would like you to see how Speech MCP server work in Foundry.
Introducing the Microsoft Speech MCP servers, the easiest way for LLMs and AI agents to interact with Azure Speech services. Setup takes just a few clicks in Microsoft Foundry. No heavy configuration, just choose your Speech MCP server, deploy, and you're ready. In the Tools section of the Foundry Agent Builder, locate the Azure Speech MCP server as one of the remote servers. Upon configuration, the Azure Speech MCP server is attached to the AI agent as a tool. There are tons of agentic AI scenarios that can be powered by the Speech MCP server. Let's say we have a meeting note-taking and analytics agent that can transcribe a meeting audio file into text. Simply prompt the agent with the file location, and the Speech MCP server will do the rest of heavy lifting. Click Approve to authorize the MCP connection. And the transcribed content is returned by the agent in just a few seconds. Now, let's consider another popular scenario where an audio content creation agent takes in a script in text and creates a natural and authentic voice for the content. Simply submit the text script to the agent, in our case a Chinese poem, and the Speech MCP server will invoke the text-to-speech capability to generate the voice file. The audio file has been generated and stored, with the storage location surfaced by the agent. Get started with the Azure Speech MCP server today.
Thank you. Thank you for watching the video demo. And now you know how easily that you can build your, you can use Azure Speech capability in your agent built in Foundry. And now I'm going to introduce the Live Interpreter API. This API is designed for human parity real-time speech-to-speech translation. And this time, we have several key features we are integrated into this API. One is we are introduced the streamlined end-to-end speech modeling technology into this API, so we reduced the end-to-end latency from the 7 seconds to 5 seconds, which is very close to human parity, and we are continuing optimizing that. Another important feature is that we integrate optimize the personal voice into the API so that the original speaker's unique voice and tone and speaking style will be directly in the translated speech output. So it's just like you are talking another language to other people. So this is amazing things. With this, we will make the online meeting real-time translation, like a phone call real-time translation, translator app, esports streaming become true. So that will be amazing part. Another thing is This time, the live interpreter support all the languages. Right now, Azure Speech cover is 76. And you don't have to specify any language. You just speak, and it will be translated with your voice. That's a live interpreter. We already have well integrated with several key partners like Oppo, OnePlus, China Mobile International, already using this API in their real-time translation phone call. And also Caption Connect using this in their meeting captions and meeting translators. I expected that more customers are onboarding with this new technology, and we are continue optimizing, improve the accuracy and reduce the latency. Now coming to, I just mentioned that the breakthrough of LLM Speech API. It is exactly enhanced the speech transcription and translation just through one API. And it will be perfect for meeting note, voice, email, caption, and subtitles. Why we say that? Because when we do the speech recognition, one of the challenges we all know that for those rare entity or domain-specific entities, for those like a context-aware entities or contents, so the traditional technology is really challenging to achieve that. But we all know that the large language model, it was trained with a huge amount of knowledge, and it has by nature has the long context understanding capability. With leverage large language model, so the LLM speech model can now perform much better on those real-time entities and also for those context-aware understandings. So we also support a prompt tuning feature so that you can just put some simple prompt to ask a different format, whatever lexical format, display format, verbatim, non-verbatim, it can easily be configured with a prompt. And also you can boost some of the specific terms you want to be recognized and through a prompt. And the LLM Speech will have all the add-on features right now Azure Speech have, including diarization, word timing, multi-channel, and of course, it's still the ultra-fast inference, like the faster API right now we have. We already have early customer, because this is just a public preview, so the early customers already integrated it into their product, and it shows that the significantly improve for their experience. Today, I would like you to see a real-world example from Anchor, which is a world-class audio device company, how they can make use of our LLM Speech.
Don't let your ideas get away. With Soundcore Work, you can capture them professionally, even without a phone. From sudden bursts of inspiration to conversations between 2 to 3 people, Soundcore Work lets you capture every moment instantly. What's even more powerful is its ability to accurately convert speech into text. By integrating the latest LLM-powered speech transcription technology from Azure Speech, Soundcore Work instantly transforms text into clear, accurate transcripts, even with complex terms or rare names. With robust multilingual support, it seamlessly recognizes and transcribes speech across languages. Advanced features like speaker diarization offer a more convenient experience, making this device ideal for small group meetings. A translator for our thoughts, turning spoken ideas into clear, actionable text.
Yeah, thank you. I think that with this technology, your personal note will be amazing app or amazing agent that will help your life. Now coming to the most, I think, exciting things, which is the voice agent with live API. I would like to introduce my colleague Heiko on the stage. Heiko.
Thanks, Jacky. All right. Hi, everybody. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about voice agents and how our Voice Live API in Microsoft Foundry lets you easily integrate speech with agents. We are seeing an increasing demand by customers to move their text-based agents into voice agents. The biggest demand comes from increasing and improving customer support interactions, where enterprises are making voice agents much more powerful and natural to interact with. This is true both for external-facing applications as well as for company internal things like human resources and IT support. But there is a wide range of voice agents that people build. So other examples are things like learning and education or automotive scenarios where you have a voice agent in a car. As Jacky already mentioned, last month in October, we made the Voice Live API generally available from Microsoft Foundry. And today we're excited to talk about some of the new improvements and capabilities that we added since then. Voice Live is a very powerful API that combines flexible choice of general AI models with industry-leading speech recognition capability in over 70 languages, and also speech synthesis capabilities. It empowers developers to make the experience even more engaging with avatars and easy customization from the speech inputs to make sure that it recognizes domain-specific vocabulary correctly and reliably, all the way to creating custom text-to-speech voices and avatars that reflect your brand, are other capabilities that we have. But let's make it a little bit more real by showing you a demo of the Voice Live API right here. So I'm here in the new Microsoft Foundry, and I'm in the Voice Live API playground. And as you can see here on the left, there are a number of things that I can configure. We make it easy for you to get started with some common scenarios like customer service by providing you with some predefined examples here, but you can also start from scratch or modify these if you like. So I'm starting here with a customer service one, and let's go and look through some of the other options that we have here. The first thing is I can choose the generative AI model. That's the brain, essentially, of my voice agent. And I have a bunch of choices here that are built in, from GPT real-time models that have speech-to-speech capabilities built into the model itself, to text-based models like GPT-4.1 or even GPT-5 type models that are currently in preview. So I'm choosing GPT-4.1 here because I've already used it for some text-based agents, and I really like the reasoning and function calling capabilities of that model. Next, of course, I have the ability to define the prompt, and that basically tells the agent how to behave and what it is all about. And since it is a text-based model that I'm choosing here, we provide the speech recognition input and output through our Azure Speech service seamlessly behind the scenes without you having to make any changes. Just based on the model that you choose, we automatically enable that. And we also, as Jacky mentioned, allow you to bring your own models to this. So through the API, you'll be able to pick any of the models that are available in the Foundry catalog as well. The next section I have here is the speech input. Here I can pick the language for my voice agent. I can have it auto-detect the language, so I can switch between different languages, or I can choose one of the 150 locales that we support. We also have some advanced settings here. As I mentioned, when I use a text-based agent, it uses the Azure AI Speech service behind the scenes. And we now also add the capability to use a custom Azure Speech model through the API. So if you've trained a model with Azure Speech, you can also leverage this here. And so with that, you can recognize domain-specific phrases, names, product names, etc., more accurately. And there are some other settings here around the speech detection, as well as things like audio enhancements. So I've enabled here noise suppression and echo cancellation so that when the agent speaks, it doesn't hear itself and interrupt itself. Next, I can choose the speech output I want to use. Here, we also have a large amount of choice. There are over 600 voices here in 150 languages and locales. And right at the top, we have our latest Dragon HD neural and LLM-based TTS voices that are very conversational and really well suited for these kinds of voice agent and conversational interactions. I'm just going to stay with Andrew Dragon here, but I could also, through the API, choose to use a custom voice that I created as well. And finally, I can also make my voice agent more engaging by choosing an avatar. So here, too, we have a number of pre-built avatars that are full-body video avatars or half-body video avatars that also provide gestures and things like that. Or you can use one of the new capabilities in the photo avatar, where you can upload just a photo or a drawing or an AI-generated head, and then turn that into a talking head. So I'm going to use Carlos here as my avatar. All right, so now I'm going to apply these changes. I've very quickly made some modifications. And these are just parameter changes on the Voice Live API. So making these modifications, choosing different models, et cetera, is very simple. You don't really have to change much of your code. It's just the parameters that you adjust. All right, so let's try this out and talk to Andrew, the travel agent.
Hello there, I am Andrew. I'm excited to help you plan your next adventure. Where are you thinking of traveling? And what kind of experience
Hey, Andrew, I'd like to go to Hawaii.
That sounds wonderful. Hawaii offers stunning beaches, lush rainforests, and vibrant local culture. Are you interested in a particular island, or would you like suggestions on which one to visit? Also, do you want to focus on relaxation, adventure, food, or maybe a mix of everything?
Yeah,
Let me know your travel budget.
I need to have a relaxing vacation.
For a relaxing vacation, Maui and Kauai are excellent choices. Maui offers beautiful beaches like Wailea and charming small towns such as Paia. All
right, that sounds pretty good to me. So I'm pretty happy with this, and I just want to integrate this into my application now. And so we also make that easy by providing you with code right here. We have the sample code. We provide SDKs. Python and C# are generally available. And we just added Java and JavaScript as publicly available APIs. And to make it even easier, with just one click here, you can launch this in VS Code for web, where we'll set up the environment for you and bring the sample code directly over there, so you can just get started in just a few minutes. All right. With that, let's go back to our presentation. So I just wanted to recap some of the new things that we are announcing for Voice Live. So we've upgraded our voices to our V2 version of our Dragon natural HD LLM-based voices that are realistic, expressive, and context-aware. And they automatically adapt to the scenario. And actually, I just let Ava tell you a little bit more about the changes that we've made.
I've had a bit of a refresh recently. I'm now more expressive and conversational, so chatting with me should feel even more natural. My goal is to be helpful, engaging, and adapt to what you need, whether it's answering questions, solving problems, or just having a friendly conversation. I'm always learning and improving, so every interaction helps me get better. My upgrades are all about making conversations smoother and more dynamic. For starters, my voice sounds more natural, with improved tone, pacing, and emotion, so it feels like you're talking to a real friend. I'm also better at adapting to different situations, whether it's being cheerful, professional, or straightforward. Plus, I've learned even more to help you get accurate answers and support faster.
So we have now 41 upgraded Neural HD voices. These are multilingual voices which support over 100 locales individually. So this is really a great addition to our service. As I already mentioned and showed you in the demo, we now support a new type of avatar just based on a photo. This is based on the Microsoft Research VASA1 model that we're using here. You just provide a picture, and it, without training time, generates an avatar and has a very expressive and creative way, because you can use anything from pictures to a drawing to a Gen AI generated image as well. And as I mentioned in the demo, we also continue to support our video avatar that is trained from video and allows for like full and half body avatars, etc. As I showed you in the demo, we support a bunch of native LLM models directly out of the box. We just added the GPT real-time mini model in GA, and we also have the GPT-5 series models in public preview now. And even more exciting is that you can bring your own models. So anything from the Foundry catalog you can use. So that includes third-party models like Llama and DeepSeek, or even fine-tuned models that you've created inside the Foundry. Customization and talking about fine-tuning is also an important way to improve accuracy, authenticity, and engagement with your voice agent. First, there's custom speech. We have already had the ability for you to use phrase list at runtime as a way to customize the input. So here you can provide something up to like 500 different words and phrases that you want to make sure get recognized correctly. But if you want to have even deeper customization of the input side, you can now use a custom speech model, and this is a generally available capability now as part of Voice Live. So here you train a model ahead of time using either just text data, or you can even fine-tune it with audio data as well. So if you, for example, are building a voice agent for a drive-through with like noisy and difficult audio, you can take that audio and adapt your model to better work for that scenario. You can create your own branded voice so that the voice that you're using for your voice agent reflects your specific brand. And you can now also do that on top of the new Neural HD V2 voices as well. And you can create a custom avatar, both on the video side as well as for the photo avatar. I also wanted to talk to you about integrating voice agents with call center systems. We see a large percentage of the customers that already have been engaging with us on with the Voice Live API, looking to support customer support scenarios, and in particular, connecting Voice Live to call centers. And that could either be through direct connection with an existing enterprise call center, or it can be a direct phone line to something like a doctor's office or a store. And 𝗲𝗀 and Capgemini, two companies that will join us on stage here in a minute, are great examples of that. GenAI-based agents make it a lot easier than ever to go beyond the old, tired, press one for sales, etc. Type of systems, and enabling developers to create voice agents that can handle a broad range of questions and tasks in a natural and fluent way. And so developers are looking to support both inbound and outbound calling, as well as blind and supervised transfers in case a human has to take over the conversation. At Ignite, we're announcing that we've added a new template to the Foundry under the Solutions Templates area for call center voice agents. This combines Voice Live with the Azure Communication Service, and with that, you can connect either a voice agent to a phone number that you acquire through Azure Communication Service, or you can connect it to your call center through Direct Connect via SIP and RTP. And the Solution Accelerator lets you try out the voice agent through a web client first, make sure that it works well, and then you can just configure the Azure Communication Service resource that you have in the Azure portal and connected your agent then to a phone call or to a call center. All right. With that, I'm excited to share some customer stories and customers here on stage with you. The first one is Shah, who is the VP of Strategy and Business Growth at 𝗲𝗀.
Oh.
Hi, Sid.
Hi. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
All right.
All right, so Sid, you shared a video with us so we can show a little bit about your product that you've been working on. So let's just roll that first.
In healthcare, most patients still prefer to call, especially when they're sick, worried, or need reassurance. Even though chat and text are convenient, hearing a real voice helps them feel comforted and cared for. But that's where front office teams get overwhelmed, handling hundreds of daily calls about simple scheduling needs or refills. So we designed 𝗲𝗀 Genie to help. Genie answers those calls and understands what the patient needs, assists with booking or rescheduling, and when a human touch is needed, seamlessly escalates the call through our built-in 𝗲𝗀 contact center system. Genie runs on Microsoft Foundry and Voice Live API in Azure Speech. This gives us real-time speech-to-text, natural language understanding, and lifelike text-to-speech, all in one low-latency pipeline. And with Azure Kubernetes Service, we scale securely across thousands of practices, maintaining full HIPAA compliance and reliability. The result? Fewer missed calls, faster service, and staff who can focus on patient care. Now let's see Genie in action.
Hi, this is Katie Jones. Can I get an appointment to see Dr. Carlson?
Hi, Katie. I have openings for Dr. Carlson on Tuesday, March 18th at 10 a.m., Thursday, March 20th at 2 p.m., and Wednesday, March 26th at 11 a.m. Do any of those work for you?
Let me see. Yes, Wednesday, March 26th works.
Okay, your appointment is booked for March 26th at 11 a.m. with Dr. Carlson. We'll send you a reminder.
Thanks for your help. Goodbye.
As you can see, Genie keeps the human experience at the center, supporting patients who prefer real conversations while automating most of everything else. By combining Azure's AI capabilities with our 𝗲𝗀's contact center platform, we built a secure, scalable, and empathetic solution that transforms how patients and providers connect. That's 𝗲𝗀 Genie, AI that listens, understands, and cares.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
so, Sid, I wanted to ask you, why did you choose Microsoft's Voice Live API for your solution?
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. As you see, we have built a contact center product which is, AI powered and supports the healthcare industry. There were many factors which were important to, for us to kind of build this product and, to choose Microsoft Voice Live API. But I want to highlight four different areas that were really reasons why we chose this solution. Firstly, we wanted to have something which has a unified speech-to-speech capability. What I mean by that is, the developers on our side had to juggle multiple different services, voice recognition, speech-to-text service, the AI brain behind, and all the tool calling that we have to do. All of that has to be done seamlessly and we wanted to avoid the latency that an end user would have. So this was the unique solution that Voice Live API offers, which results in the user not, kind of knowing how many different layers are there and all the integration that we've done behind the scene. So that was one of the big reasons. The other reason was to have really lifelike, voice from the AI. We're talking to patients. The AI agent is talking to patients, and we have to bring in empathy for these patients. So having that lifelike sound was very important. Without any delays, we are seeing that patients are calling from their car. When they're calling, there's, let's say, a television behind the scene. There's blaring music, or there's somebody else with them, talking in the background. So we needed to make sure that these interruptions don't cause problem, and the patient's voice is clearly heard, and the intent of their discussion, the reason that what they're calling, is clearly understood by the AI agent. So that was another big factor. Third reason was, I think, having the support for multiple languages. You go to the doctor's office and you'll see mostly the most vulnerable patients are the ones who speak different dialects, different languages, and it's important that we have a service that supports all of these different languages for patients who are calling and asking for their questions from the doctor's office. And then finally, we're looking to scale this to hundreds and thousands of physician practices. So scaling and growth was a key factor, right? So we don't want to kind of have a solution where we have to maintain all the hardware, host the LLM. With Azure, we get all of that hosted in Microsoft's environment, which allows us scaling and gives peace of mind to our customers. So those are the most common reasons why we chose Voice Live.
Great. I also wanted to ask, what challenges you've encountered as you were on this journey, and sort of what key learnings and takeaways you got from that.
Sure. So I'll talk about learnings first. We have multiple different physician practices using this. It's one thing about demoing it, and it's another to really see it in action, right? So when we have the product out now in the market, we're seeing that patients, when they're talking to an AI agent, need extra level of empathy. We would think that in healthcare, yes, you need empathy, you would think about it, but when you actually put it live, you need to put it to another level. What happens is even a small statement said by AI agent could tick off a patient. They could get frustrated very quickly. What we've also seen is sometimes the AI system speaks over the patient, or the way the agent speaks sometimes could be slower or faster. It has to understand when to pause, when to go swiftly. So the real life learnings are really important. We also saw that the intent understanding from the patient was a critical piece. In healthcare, we have to understand who the patient is, because I cannot call on behalf of a patient and get their medical records. So we have to understand who's really calling. So we have multiple factor to identify the patient's name, first name, last name, date of birth, phone numbers. They have to be understood well by the AI agent. So there was a lot of learning in that area, and I think Voice Live API comes really strong, to support us in that.
So just real quick, what does success look for you, and sort of what's your roadmap going forward?
Yeah, so we're looking to implement this product to thousands of practices, across the US and in different regions. So, our goal is to give time back to the physician offices. Their operations really need that. In terms of cost also, it's skyrocketing healthcare costs today, but for physicians to support patients, today they only have an option to kind of hire new people to take these calls. Us as patients, sometimes when we call our doctor's office, we don't get the right person, or we don't get a person, we have to leave a voicemail and have somebody call us back. So we want to really kind of change this game for the practices, for physician practices. And we really feel if 75%, at least 75% of the calls can be addressed by an AI agent, that'll make a significant difference to how a physician practice operates. And then finally, we're looking to kind of grow this outside of the healthcare industry and expand to different services that we can offer.
That's amazing. All right. Thank you so much for coming on stage and joining us here.
Right. Thank you, everyone.
And with that, I want to introduce James McMahon, who is VP Head of Employee Experience at Capgemini. Hey, James. Thanks for joining us. So James also shared a video with us here, so we can play that real quick to give you an idea of his product.
Hi, I'm Andy, an AI-powered voice assistant from Capgemini, designed to make IT support feel effortless, intuitive, and even a little fun. I'm built using a powerful combination of Microsoft technologies, including Microsoft Foundry, Copilot Studio, and Dynamics 365. Plus, of course, the Voice Live API, which lets me understand and respond to spoken language in real time. It's like having a conversation with someone who's always ready to help. The use of Voice Live enables me to speak with customers in whatever language they are comfortable with, and features like noise suppression, echo cancellation, and Azure semantic voice activity detection ensure I understand users clearly and accurately, even in noisy places. Welcome to Service Desk. I'm Andy, your AI support agent. Please be informed that this call is processed by AI and might be recorded. How can I help you today?
Hello, Andy. My PC is running slow. Can you help me troubleshoot that, please?
Of course. Let's start by troubleshooting the issue. I'll look up some instructions for improving the performance of your PC. This may take a moment. Here are some steps to help speed up your PC. 1.
Andy, let's switch to French, please.
Bien sûr. Continuons en français.
Very cool. So I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Sid, like what made you choose the Voice Live API?
So thanks for having me today. We're providing IT services across 120 different enterprise customers. We explored some of the IVR options and had some first-gen voice bots, but the experience just wasn't up to scratch. It wasn't being used. We saw real negative feedback. So we've been playing with the GPT models since sort of the start of the year and gradually build confidence that actually we can put this in line. So that testing and that comfort that not only the amazing voice capability, the interruptions, the language support with locales there, the Voice Live API going GA means we've got something that we can really put it into an enterprise scenario, and we're going to deploy this to customers in line as that first level contact going forward.
That's great. And I was talking with you earlier, and I was trying to sort of understand, you mentioned that you're not only implementing this on your end, but you're also working with your customers or others to implement that for their employees. So can you share a bit more about that?
Yeah, exactly. So we're a managed services provider. So we're either hosting the platform ourselves for multiple customers, or we're going to deploy into their Azure tenant and deliver our services on top. So today we're managing around 3.5 million user support requirements and queries every day. So it's about 25 million contacts a year. The first wave of 45 customers, around 500,000 users supported. We're going to move to the Microsoft platform that we've built, and they'll be using this in kind of real action and earnest from right now. First 5 customers, we're in that early adoption phase online. They're testing. Voice, I think, requires that level of testing and familiarity and confidence before it goes live into production. But it's really exciting times.
And so where do you see this then go from here?
So scale, the ability to really execute and automate with MCP, et cetera. And for us, inline translation, that live translation capability, so we can unlock experts everywhere is super, super exciting for us.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Joining us here. All right. With that, real quick, please check out some of the links that we have here on the slide. And with that, we're at the end of the talk. Thank you so much.